All right, awesome. We're recording. So, hi everyone. Welcome to the team call. I'm super excited to see all of you as always. We do have an amazing guest speaker tonight, but I do want to start with recognition because you guys are kicking butt. So, first, we're going to start. Sorry, my dog's going to try to jump on the table. We're going to start with Success Club and our Life Changers Club. So, I'm going to start with all the people who have at least 2 points on the board, and that would be Brittany Chinaski, Molly Bloom, Danielle Lang, Shannon Olson, Chelsea Treachler, Amanda Cullen, Judy Ann Ridley, Amanda Bogiano, Rebecca Rodriguez, Ann Clousey, Alicia Condell, Amanda Wyckoff, Brittany Long, Becca Ramos, Rose Desdunes, Lauren Chenard, and Jennifer Hansen, who Jennifer just signed up like this week. So that's awesome that you have 2 points already. With our 4 points, we have Caroline O'Neill, Alexandria Russell, Megan Meyer, Araya Billings, Cody Clark, Lauren Avon, and Shelly Trumpauer, who is also brand new and just hit Emerald, so congratulations to you. With Success Club 6, we have Katie Lalver. With 8 points, we have Carolyn Rossitano, Christy Cacco, Nicole Rodriguez, and Katie Petrillo. With 10 points, we have Brittany Swanson. And with 12 points each, we have Emmy Schneider-Green and Diana Francis. So our top coaches of the week are Diana and Emmy. Congratulations to you guys. I also thought this was kind of cool. We have 132 Success Club points as a team, so we've helped 66 people this month together as a team, which is really cool. I also wanted to recognize the coaches who have signed up coaches this month so far. We have, with one brand new coach, Alicia Condell, Amanda Cullen, Amanda Wyckoff, Amy Consovoy, Brandy Erickson, Brittany Chinaski, Brittany Long, Caroline O'Neill, Danielle Lang, Jennifer Hansen, Lauren Avon, Ann Clousey. And then we have with 2 new coaches, Aria Billings, Brittany Swanson, Megan Meyer, Nicole Rodriguez, Rebecca Rodriguez, Shelly Trumpauer. And then we have with 3, myself and Katie Lalver. With 4, we have Katie Petrillo. With 5, we have Christy Cacco. And with 6 coaches each, we have Emmy Schneider-Green and Diana Francis. And I believe that Carolyn Rossitano should be on that list too. I think she just signed up a coach. So congratulations to you. We signed up 52 coaches this month so far as a team, which is amazing. And I think it was like, no, actually, was it 52 this month? I don't know if it was this week. No, it's this month, but we've got like 30 something this week, which is awesome. So I wanted to welcome all of the new coaches. This week we have Danielle Brazina, and if you're brand new and you don't know this already, I butcher names, so I'm sorry. We have Laura O'Neill, Louis Mancini, Adam Consovoy, Tyler Binyard, Elizabeth Webb, Jane Jensen, Kristen Euler, Corinne Dahl, Salvatore Jones, Kelly Chasmer, Amelia Clausen, Zach Wright, Stephanie Wright, Alexia Smith, Wendy Lewis, Sarah Foyle, Michael Chinaski, Caroline Kimsey, Charity Miller, Kathleen Kucher, Jennifer Hansen, Carissa Conley, Kirsten Walker, Peggy Pappas, Hannah Bartone, Christine Romero, Jenna Fulmer, and Kimberly Rodolfi. And that's just this week, you guys. That's just like one whole week. So that's amazing. So clearly we're all out there helping people, changing lives, and bringing on new, fresh faces to our team. But as we're doing that, posting is important. So that is what we're going to talk about tonight. Kristina has a presentation about posting on social media, Facebook, Instagram, how to kind of post differently on both platforms. So the 2 of us connected in a 5-star and above group. We were looking for people to swap team calls, and we talked it over, and we had some really awesome things to share with each other's team. She has been a coach for 2 years. This is her 2-year anniversary month. She's a Success Club 10 legend, a 2017 elite coach. She's a 5-star diamond, and she said that her team is ranked 181 in the company, which is awesome. So that's top 200, definitely doing awesome things there. She's a team leader. She has twin boys and an 11-month-old baby girl, so she's definitely got her hands full. And she's also the vice president and co-owner of a construction business too. So she's definitely busy. Like, you've got a lot on your plate, girl, and you're doing awesome things. Huh?
This was supposed to be a hobby, so, and it kind of just, we did a hard left and going all in, so, which most coaches that happens to.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. So I'm excited to hear what you've got to share with us. So whenever you're ready to get started, you can just go ahead.
Okay. So thanks guys for having me on. I'm super stoked to connect with you guys. Social media is kind of my jam. That's something that, little mini backstory before I did Beachbody at all. My kids were like fashion reps and stuff on Instagram. And so that's how I initially actually built my following on Instagram, is my kids, who I don't even post on my Facebook page whatsoever, but on Instagram, they're all over there. And so that's kind of how I learned kind of social media and the do's and don'ts and all that fun stuff. However, doing this is completely different. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when I first started, I created 2 Instagram accounts because my one Instagram account was already branded with my kids. And I tried and I posted a picture of myself. And at that point, I had the followers app, which if you have it, delete it immediately because it will hurt your feelings, because it tells you everybody who follows you and unfollows you. And when family member unfollows you, it kind of pisses you off. I have a very, very bad trucker mouth. So if there's kids, just let me know and I'll like tone it down. But I can't control it. But so on social media or on Instagram, I would post a picture of myself and literally lose 100 to 200 followers within 15 minutes. And that kicks you when you're down. You're like, this is my account. Like, they're 2. Like, really? So I learned really quickly that branding yourself on social media is so important, and trying to jump ship and do different things is really going to affect that and make people question, your authenticity with it. So when I first started, I had 2 separate Instagram accounts, and it wasn't until now that I finally was like, F it, I'm merging them. I can't do 2 anymore. But between Instagram and Facebook, I find them 2 completely different platforms. I was posting on Instagram. That was my jam. That was my thing. Quickly, I picked up on Facebook. Prior to coaching, I had 0, obviously we all start out at 0 on our like page, right? At the beginning of, or like a year ago, I was up to like 3,600 and now I'm at 120,000. So I picked up, and so my shift went from Instagram to, okay, I'm finding the most of my people on Facebook, but I go back and forth because it doesn't matter how many people you have. It matters on how you're connecting with them. So even though my Facebook is enormous, I still am able to get probably equal amounts between Instagram and Facebook because I'm able to connect with them in different ways. And, I'm really, really focused on having a community. I'm really focused on making sure that I'm not just posting and it's just like, oh, here I am and here's what I'm doing. I want to know about you. I want to know what's going on with you. So I really hone in on all social media as a whole front as a spider web. And I want to get myself out there. And I want to make sure that if I post something, it's going to show value. It's going to want to be shared. People are going to want to double take it. People are going to want to get like a promo code off of it or know what I'm wearing, know what I'm drinking. I want it to spider web and not just like, hey, and I always say like, if you guys do this, I'm sorry, but like no one cares that you're drinking Shakeology. You can post that and you see that everywhere. So I even tell like, I say flat out, like, don't use the word Shakeology because already people are checking you off their list. Okay, not following that one. Using the word superfood, using salad in a cup in the shape of dessert, and using terms like that are going to gain people's interest. I don't want people to know I'm a Beachbody coach. My biggest, like, the thing that like compliments me the most is if someone messages me and they're like, how do I get into one of your boot camps? And I tell them like, oh, you're a Beachbody coach. That's what I want. I don't want them to know, because here's the thing. We all sell the exact same thing. We all promote the exact same thing. We all offer the exact same thing. The only thing that differentiates us from anything else is ourselves. So anyone could go to any one of you to go, to enroll with them. You want to give them value enough that they're already feeling a part of you and like, I want to be a part of whatever she's doing. So the first thing I always talk to people about is their picture quality. And like the one thing that I always say is grab your phone and just do this before you take a picture. Because so many times people rock out selfies and it is like, you could just tell that they either had a ton of makeup on that day or they just like their kid was like manhandling their phone. So picture quality is like so important, and making sure that you are, against the light rather than in front of the light instead of behind the light. Stupid things like that make a huge difference. Filters don't overuse a smooth filter, because then people are only focusing on the fact that I just found this out, and I found out that you can slim yourself. Don't do that either, because that's just awkward. And when you see like the door swerve with you, like that, just your credibility is like down the tubes. But picture quality is huge. And I always tell, and this is something that Kellen, you could do with your team, is once a week and a random day, I'll pop on and I'm like, all right, go check out your pictures. And what I want them to do is pull up and then they screenshot it on our team page. And because here's the thing, when people go to your page, the first thing they look at, they go for 15 seconds on your page and they look at your picture quality. If your picture stinks right off the bat, they're not going to follow you. That's the first thing they're checking. So if you look at your snapshot of, if you even go right after this call and go look at the snapshot of your Instagram or your Facebook, that's what people are seeing. What does it tell them about you? Your last 10 pictures should tell your story completely. If you have kids, like my kids, I don't ever show their face. So it's always the side of their face or their back. It's just, I don't like my in-laws. So I kind of keep it like, I can block them from Instagram. I can't do that from Facebook. So I don't post my kid's face on there. But you know that I have kids. That's part of my brand. You know that I'm a fitness junkie and I like to do fitness. You're going to see that. I'm a huge graphic tee junkie and I brand rep for a lot of companies on Instagram. So you're going to see that. And you can kind of tell my story right from the gun. I make stupid faces. I'm not serious. And if you read my content, there's always probably an F-bomb in there. And I'm not proud of that, but that's now part of my brand. And here's the thing, and you'll see this, be yourself. Because I have coaches on my own team who try to drop F-bombs. I'm like, if you don't know how to well place one, don't put one down because it's going to look awkward and it's not going to be comfortable. So figure out who you are. And I know that Kellen's awesome at figuring out like avatar and niche markets. So figure out who you are and run with that. But make sure you're showing up with that each time on your page, okay? So again, your first 15 seconds scrolling through your page, what is that telling you? One thing, when you're writing out captions, and how many times have you seen someone's post and it's like, and like all the way down, you're like, oh no, I don't got time for this. But if they put something the very, very top that said like, oh my God, today sucked, or oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Holy crap, can't wait to tell you this story. Something like that, then you're like, all right, this might be worth looking at. So your first thing, you should always have something catchy right at the top. Even if it's like emojis going crazy, showing your excitement, something at the top to pick their interest, right? Because there's so much negativity crap all over the internet. Make sure that you've got something that's like, all right, I'm gonna read what that's gonna say. And my advice, if you're posting, and a lot of people do this where you post the same stuff on Facebook and Instagram because you can link the two, change up your wording. Instagram, people don't want to read. They want to scroll. So what I do is I always shorten up what I'm going to say on Facebook compared to what I should say on Instagram. I either bullet point it or I'm straight to the point, because on Instagram, they just want those pictures and they just want to scroll, double click, scroll, double click. So, change up your content a little bit, especially if you have different, or if you have, Urban Outfitters are having a sale, if you guys are wondering. I'm a squirrel. I'll be all over here. So if you have, the same people following you, you want love. We do it for the likes, right? You want them to like both things. So if you have different content on both of them, even if it's the same picture, and how many times have you taken like 4 selfies and 2 of them turned out good and you sat there like deliberating for like a solid 30 trying to figure out which one to post? Post one on each one. Switch it up a little bit. Even if it's literally like one's a stupid face and one's a smiley face, switch it up. Shock your people. Reposting viral videos, I'm hit or miss with this. If it narrows in on your niche market, if it's representing who you are, then repost it. Because what do you want? You want that spider web. You want your content to be reposted. You want people to share whatever you're posting, right? So make sure if you're doing a viral video, it's something that literally made you pee your pants laughing. It's something that you really, really stand behind. It's something that you would want to create yourself, but you didn't. So when you're reposting things, again, make sure it really narrows in on who you are and what you're about. So when people share it, one, have your name all over it. The same as if you post, I say, if people are like, circuits, I'm not a trainer. I don't know how to do circuits. Go on Google. It's a great little www.google.com, not tricky. And you punch in, I want a ab blasting workout. Find it, tweak it a little bit, throw your name on it, put your face in the background in Canva, because when people share that, that might not have been something miraculously you made up, but it's something you created. And now your face is on it. Make sure to put your what your handle is, that's on it. So wherever that goes and wherever it's shared, your name is on that. Those people aren't going to look at who shared it. They're going to look at whose content that was and drive back to your forum. Okay. Giveaways and free groups and specific posts and stuff, put in their little teasers like, hey, tag your friend if you think that they'd like this. Hey, tag your friend if they, free groups, especially, hey, who wants to do this alone? Grab your friends and have them come with you. You want to jump in here? Guess what? Tag 2 friends and then you can come. Put little stipulations to get yourself out there a little bit more, get people to comment a little bit more. Anything that you can do to gain traction and engagement to one of your posts, you do. I always say, throw the blinders away, throw the fear away, because you're always, no matter what post you're having, you're always going to think of that one person that you're like, oh, I don't want them to see this, or, oh, these people are going to judge me, and, oh, I'm going to have to face these people at Christmas. Who cares? This is your business. This is something that you're passionate about, so this is something you just do. And if they have a problem with it, straight up, #by Felicia, because this is something that you're passionate about, you want to grow your business, you do it. So I'm always, hey, tag your friends. Hey, you think someone's going to like this? Tag them in this. And I try to get that engagement as much as possible. When people are commenting on your stuff, write them a novel back. And I struggle with this too, because you just want to be quick. Okay, thanks for commenting. Thanks, girl. Thank you. Love you. XO. Kissy face. All that stuff. Ask them a question back, because the more people are engaged on your page, the more you're spider webbing out. It's going to show up on their page. It's going to show up on their friend's page. It's going to show up on anyone who likes that page. So get that, if someone says, oh my gosh, I need help too, instead of just, hey, contact me, let's message, put them on blast right there, because they just put themselves out there. So they're not uncomfortable with the fact that they need help. What are you looking for? What's going on? What are you doing right now? Have part of your conversation until it gets personal right on your page, because guess what? Other people are going to jump in and be like, oh, wait, you can help with those topics? Wait, that kind of stuff? And make your page an open forum. You want your page to be something that people feel safe and they feel comfortable and they feel like you're their girl. You're someone that they want to connect with. If you are, wearing Nike, if you are wearing an Instagram shop clothes, anything, tag the crap out of them. Tee is from this. My leggings are from here. Those shops could easily contact you and want to work with you. They could easily, then ask you to share your content. Specifically on Instagram, you guys should be tagging. If you have a picture that you got off group deals on the background, tag group deals, because then you're on their page. You want to tag everything you possibly can, because again, a lot of times, if they share you, I'm affiliated now with, if anyone knows, Allie and Ray Company on Instagram. They constantly are running ads, and my pictures, I will gain 2,000 people when they run an ad, just because I've asked them, hey, if you're using my content, could you tag me in the post? They tag it right to my page. So that's somebody else running an ad for me. And those, I know they're my people, because that's the style of clothes that I wear. So, make sure that you are tagging. Don't be scared of, maybe purchasing something from a shop that you see that does go around and repost people, and tagging yourself and get yourself out there on blast a little bit more. I got a whole little list of things. When you go live, I don't know if you guys are big live people, because I know a lot of you are probably Instagram people, but going live even on Instagram, everything, one of the things you want to do, and I learned this quickly, is there's nothing worse than jumping on there and being like, all right, I'm going to wait for a few people to pop on. And then you sit there and it's one person, it's your aunt. And then you're like, oh, I'll just start and you guys can pop on later. It's so uncomfortable, right? So once you get on there, you want that engagement, right? So call the people out. Hey, I'm not going to sit here talking to myself. So at least throw me some love. Tell me where you're from. Your first thing, if you're talking about, today I went on and talked about, I had a promo code for coconut oil. And I went on and I was like, seriously, who doesn't want a promo code for something? And obviously people are going to be like, me, and they're commenting or they're liking and stuff like that. And that already, okay, Instagram isn't about, building yourself quick enough. You're not getting enough people. But when these people are commenting, even if your video is over with, it's going to pop over to more people and more people are going to see it. Hey, you're interested in, I did this today. I said, okay, my challengers, if any of you are on here, drop your email and you'll get a giveaway. Boom, they start commenting and other people are seeing my posts. And then I get other people coming in and asking me questions. So finding different ways to add engagement. So as soon as you jump on live, ask a question. And a generic question, not something that's going to hone in, but something generic that's just going to get that conversation going. And then talk about your content and then give them a solution to the question that you asked. So, hey, who would want this promo? Okay, guys, here's the promo code. Here's what it is. Who's interested in getting this? Who would like it if I got more promo codes for you guys? What other stuff would you like? So just getting that conversation going, and I'll sit there and pause, and when there's no likes or, the thumbs aren't going, and I'll be like, what, I'm just going to make this as awkward for you guys as it is for me, and I'm just going to sit here and stare at you. And so until you send me some love, until I see some stuff going across the page, you asking questions, we're just going to sit here and chill. And just to, be funny about it and keep it light and kind of make myself a little less uncomfortable, just sitting there talking to a screen of myself. So constantly asking questions, constantly engaging with your people, I think is huge. The different platforms between Instagram and Facebook, again, use similar pictures, use the same pictures if you want, but switch up the way that you're delivering it. Switch up so that people know that they're on two separate platforms and it's not just a copy-paste situation. Snapchat, if you're using that, put in your, story. You don't have to be like, follow me on Snapchat, because that seems kind of like eager. What different ways you could do it is, oh my gosh, if you saw the story over on Snapchat, then you know that today was a hot mess. What's your Snapchat? Everybody wants to see a disaster. And then they ask the question, or, oh, if you're not following, you probably should because something stupid just happened, and throw your handle in there. But different ways to kind of spread yourself out, but also know what you're good at. If Facebook's your jam, if Instagram's your jam, figure out how to hone in on that and make that something that's going to blow up even more. I'm not big on words on pictures. I feel like it clogs things up on Instagram specifically. If I ever see words on pictures, you guys know you scroll past that really quickly. Using your face to show your personality, because obviously those pictures are one of the first things that people check. And how many times have you seen people, because you want to show people how hard you're working out, so you do pictures like this, like, oh, like that sucked, or like you're like dripping of sweat and you're showing people you're dying. People are not going to be excited about that program. But if you go on there and you flip it like, oh my gosh, and you're like sweating and you're like smiling and you're like, you know what, it sucked when I was in it, but 20 minutes later, I'm euphoric and feeling freaking amazing. Why are you not doing this with me? And then, calling them out a little bit, but showing that you're happy. And your page should represent that you are happy and that you're carefree and you love your job and you love what you're doing. Because if you're always showing how hard it is and how hard working you're going, that's a real, that's a negative push away. That's like, like, huh, you do you, girl. Great job. You keep going. And you just kind of keep, you scroll to the next person. So make your page light, make the pictures crisp, make what your content is going something that it's exciting. And really, I'm really big on getting engagement. I don't want to touch base on ads too much because I'm not huge on spending money, but don't ever boost. Like, it's such a, I had no idea the difference between boosting and adding. And at one point last year, I didn't know you had to click one box and ended up spending $500 on an Instagram post that I got absolutely not one person. It was a picture of me on a swan float. And I was like, all right, well, $500, I've had to have get at least, the challenge pack sales back. Every single post was asking me where the stupid ass swan was from. So, make sure if you're going to run an ad, make sure you know how to run one, do the training, make sure you're using Power Editor. If you don't know what Power Editor is, jump onto YouTube and find out. Just do not waste your time boosting. Boosting is going to get you nowhere fast. I can tell you that myself, and all the money that I wasted, run an ad and have fun with it. I know I'm blabbing, so I want to stop just in case you guys do have questions. And I'm sorry, I am all over the place. So, yeah, if you have any questions, shoot them out at me.
No, you're good. Yeah, does anyone have any questions so far? Lots of great stuff.
I'll call you guys out too. You're not.
You gotta have a question.
Everyone has one question.
You have to.
All good.
I have a question actually.
Here we go.
You were saying the viral video thing, and you how did you say you put your face in there kind of thing to make
that? I'll just I'll throw my at and my name just as I type this up, oh my gosh, does this not just look like me? And I'll put my hashtag in, or my at and my name, and tag myself into it, or I'll tag my personal page.
Oh, in your caption?
Yeah, when they share it, it's gonna go over there.
Okay.
My phone's gonna die.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And everybody loves, you guys are doing workouts every day. do a 5-minute blurb of your workout, because even if it's, and don't do it all of Beachbody. You want that to be less than 2 minutes, but throw in a little bit of inspiration in it and something that people are going to want to share. People love sharing stuff. Even go on your stairs, do 10 squats and be like, I challenge you to do 10 squats. That will get shared. People love anything that's easy. I just posted a video where I literally laid on the ground and did snow angels, rolled back and forth, did a whole workout. I called it the Not So Lazy workout. And it's like 700 and something shares on it, because people don't have to put any effort into it. And so to me, that isn't something necessarily I want them to do, but it's something that gained me traction. And then I know that it's people that are on the beginning of their goals, because they're not willing to actually do an actual fitness video of any sorts. So those are all people then you can connect with, because that they're interested in working out. They're not doing anything if they're sharing a video of you like flopping around on the floor. So, different things like that you don't have to have a fitness background in, but just showing a little bit of how you fit it in. Hey, my kids are taking a bath. I'm sitting here squatting by the tub while they take a bath, and I'm challenging myself to a minute. Who wants to jump in here with me? And finding, different ways that people are going to connect with you.
Am I the only one who thought of the big comfy couch where she was doing the clock thing on the floor?
Right?
You know what I'm talking about, or am I too young?
And it goes like crazy.
Yeah, that's so funny. Oh.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you use a posting schedule for Instagram and Facebook, or do you just kind of...
I don't know if you said anything afterwards, but I have probably like 20 pictures that I have saved on Facebook. It's scheduled like months out so that I can snag them whenever I want. Typically they're food pictures, because food isn't my niche. I can't make food pretty. So when I do, I take a picture. So then when I don't have content, I do use those. If I know that I'm going to be traveling somewhere, I'm going to be doing something, I 100%, none of us have time to post 3 to 5 times a day, filter a picture, come up with our content, throw it out there. So I do schedule for like things like that. I really stink when it comes to scheduling on Instagram, like Hootsuite and all that stuff. I have absolutely no idea how to use. So Instagram, I don't post as much as I do on Facebook, just because I know with Instagram, like on Facebook, I try to do the 3 to 5. Instagram, I typically do 1 to 2, and I just make my 1 to 2, one being like a fun post just to gain people, and then the other to be a call to action. That's just what I found that works for me. When I overpost on Instagram is when I just notice a complete plummet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right.
something that might help you too with Instagram, though, you can like go to post and then save it as a draft. So then you can have a bunch of them in there, and you can just kind of throw them up whenever you need them to as well.
Yeah. And that's a game changer. And you know what? Here's the thing. Take a bunch of pictures. No, change your clothes. Do whatever you want. People, like new coaches, are always like, you're posting all the time. I'm like, go through my last 3 days. I am never in the same outfit, because those are all random. Like my workouts, I'll never lie. My workouts are always at the time. That's one thing that I always post exactly how it is. But everything else is like pictures from like random different times of just content I'm throwing out there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get anxiety about your posts. Write them out and just send them out there. If you overthink it, it's not going to get as much traction, because you're overthinking it and you're not being yourself. If you have a good post from, 3, 6, 9 months ago, reuse it. I reuse old posts all the time, because like that laying down of me looking like a snow angel on the ground, I've reposted it 3 times and I'm still getting over 500 shares on it. It's the same people are seeing it, but they don't remember. And remember, only 15% of people on Facebook are seeing your posts at all. So definitely reuse stuff if they're good.
Anyone else? Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So for Instagram, are you primarily using that to find coaches, or are you also using Instagram to connect with potential prospects for just challenge groups?
I connect, mainly the way that I'm getting coaches is through challenge groups. So typically I'm connecting with them fitness first, health first things. And then once they're in, asking them if they're interested in the coaching opportunity. So mine is kind of like open forum. I do get people because I'm showing on Instagram stories and Snapchat. I use those to really showcase the coaching aspect of it, because it shows my lifestyle and how I'm doing things. So the picture wise, I always am posting about how awesome coaching is and what it's doing for my life. But on Instagram stories, they're really getting that reality show of what my life looks like. So I do get people people that reach out more so on Instagram than Facebook in regards to coaching. But every single time that someone reaches out to me, like, are you interested in the coaching opportunity? Your own way of spinning on it. The way I do it that I found least salesy and like, recruitment wise is as soon as someone reaches out to me, regardless to what they're even saying, I'm like, oh my gosh, are you a coach too? Regardless to what. And then they're like, no, why? And it's like, why aren't you? Oh my gosh, we have to talk about this, and kind of bring it into that way. So it's not that like, hey, would you like to join my team? And it's more like, oh, you're not? Why? Like, are you crazy? Like, let's do this thing, So I feel like you can be a little bit more like that on Instagram than you can on Facebook, just because, again, I'm sharing my story a little bit more on Instagram.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was muted. Thanks. Any others? No, we're all like pros. We don't have any questions. Find that hard to believe. I had one question though. You said something about in your team page, you do like once a week or every so often, like post your photos. Do you mean like on Instagram, take a screenshot of like your last 9?
Yeah. And then I'll say like, what is this telling you? And it's funny because sometimes they'll give me like a full explanation. I'm like, no. I don't want to hear what you wrote about. I want to know what your pictures are telling me. Because especially on Instagram, you go to Instagram, people are not looking at what you're reading, or they're not looking at what you're writing. When they check out your profile, all they see is your pictures. And if they don't see like, I like her hair, I like her shirt, I'd like, this, what is she doing here? If they don't see something that's going to pique their interest, they're not going to jump all over it. So Instagram specifically, like really be, close in on, seeing the aesthetic of your Instagram, making sure that the pictures all kind of same filters, similar filters or similar quality to it. If you have one really bright picture, one really dark picture, people are like, what's going on? So kind of keeping that fluidity throughout your snapshots, I think is like key. It's a good way to kind of like check yourself. Be like, oh yeah, I've kind of been slacking and not really paying attention to this.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm probably going to do that. Thanks. We were just talking about Instagram too last week about how you want to try to make it look uniform and kind of pick your topics and your things that you talk about. And so that would be a good way to check and see if they're actually doing that. So
don't be, like I said, how mine, I switched from all kids, like my face was never on there. It was all my kids, to now all of a sudden you're getting sweaty selfies and you're getting myself and you're getting, my kids in there, but it's a completely different like area. And I dropped a ton of people, like I think like 4,000 people I've lost. And at first it was one of those that like kicked you and you're like, what the heck? And then I'm like, no, because I'm honing in on the people that actually want this, I'm honing in on my audience. And that's the people that we really want to focus on. It's not a numbers game. It's all about who you're connecting with and the relationships that you're forming. And I think that's where you get like when people go on my Facebook and they're like, you have so many followers. I'm like, it doesn't mean anything. If I don't have a relationship with them, if I can't connect with them, they're, they could be ghost followers for all I know.
Very true. Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you. Any other questions?
Yeah, so you said your page had 100,000 followers, I think, or something. How are you, I guess, keeping up with all those people and making sure what's your strategy when it comes to posting, reaching out to these people, following up with these people, forming relationships, etc.?
So what I did, because it got too big to when I first started, I'd reach out to every single person who liked to post, who, liked my page, anything, I reached out to them. Now is at the point that now I focus on the people who are commenting and liking. I post a transformation picture every Tuesday and Thursday. And I always connect with anyone who's commenting or liking. Those are the people that I'm connecting with, and I will message them and just simply thank them for, I'll say, I know this might have seemed like something silly for you to just click a like button, but it was really kind of a tough post for me to put out there. So I really appreciate the love and, support on my page. And, that gives them oh, well, great job. Yeah. And that's a good forum to, oh yeah, are you working on anything? So I really connect with that way. I also am really, I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anybody. So I started a free group that is open to anyone who doesn't have a coach and isn't working with a coach. And that way I'm connecting, and every I would say 2 to 3 weeks, I post about my free group. So new people who are interested can kind of go in there, and I can connect with those people a little bit more closely, and make sure that I keep that relationship up with them, because it is, when you start getting an influx of people, you're going to miss people, or they're going to go, through the ropes. So this way I have and I call it my team name is Epic Empire. So I have it, the Epic Fit Club. And those people I know are my people. Those are people that are ready to work on their goals. They're in there and they're excited. So that's kind of I'll message them. I try to go through and message at least 10 a day just to connect with them a little bit more and form those relationships.
So your Epic Fit group is your free group?
Yeah, and it's ongoing.
Okay.
Yeah. It goes, what I do is every, it's ongoing, and it's kind of self-paced for themselves for 3 weeks out of the month. And then for 5 days, I jump in there and I do a push for 5 days, and I bring some topic, anything up, and push them for it. And in the last 2 days, I talk about okay, you just kind of got a sneak peek of how I do things, what my vibe is, everything. A lot of you are, and even if you lie, even if no one even messaged you, a ton of you are asking how to enroll in my upcoming boot camp. So here's the information how, and then they're like, wait, they're going? I need to get in this. And it's kind of creating that community feel where it's one jump ships, the rest of them are jumping ship with them. So I do that every month for 5 days.
Okay, and one more question. So is that the group that's ongoing, or then after they do the free group for 30 days or 5 days, they get kicked out and then a new?
Nope,
Okay.
It's ongoing. It's open. It's a private group on Facebook, and they stay in there. And even on there's a large influx. The 5 days that I'm in there, listen, I need engagement. If I don't see you showing up here, you're getting the boot. When you're ready to pop back in, you're welcome to come back in. But I need you in here. You're not just, I'm providing you value. You need to provide me value back. So it's ongoing, but there's a huge difference between when I'm in there to push for the 5 days and then those 3 weeks that I'm not in there. I check in there once in a while if someone tags me, but that's on them. And they don't like that because they're like, whoa, we just had 5 days of you going hardcore. And then all of a sudden you're gone. No, I need the support. And then they want to get into your boot camp. I have that. That's just ongoing.
So is the theme of your free group the same every month?
I change it up every month. This is something I learned from Melanie Mitchell. I don't know, Carolyn, if you were at the NLC 2 years ago. She mentioned about her groups, that if you are constantly promoting a fitness-based boot camp, okay, you're going to consistently get the fitness-based people. But if you switch it up every single month and have a different theme, you're going to connect with different people. If you're I'm going to do an organization, I'm going to do a personal development push for 5 days, I'm going to do fitness, now we're going to focus on nutrition, now we're going to focus on intermittent fasting, you're going to get different people who are interested in different topics. So each time I promote my my free group, I'm promoting what the next 5 day push is. And so I'll get people who are interested in that who jump in there.
Okay, and then how long does it take you to plan for something like that? Every time you're switching it, how much prep time is that for you?
I don't put a ton of time and effort into it because I want them to get a peek of what my actual boot camp is, but I want them to understand that my actual boot camp is a lot of time and energy. There's a lot of focus in there, that this is just simply, hey, I post once a day in the morning. I post either a video, I go live. I'll give them a little circuit that you can even come up with on anywhere. I'm a health or a fitness professional, so I can whip up circuits, no problem. But if you're not, you go on Pinterest, you go on Google, you come up with a little circuit, you post that in a picture, and then you post, a little bit of motivation. Right now I'm doing intermittent fasting and abs. I give them 3 ab workouts every single morning and a thing about what, the benefit of intermittent fasting. And I tell them, drop your window today. Drop your sweaty selfie after your workout today. So I constantly am doing something different. And that literally takes me maybe 20 minutes at night to do.
And then so if you're going to do an organization one or a personal development one, how do you, at the end of that 5 days, start connecting with them about a fitness group?
Because I always put in, because fitness is my thing, I always, no matter what my topic that I'm going over, there's always a fitness circuit. Because most people, they want a free workout, they want something free to move their body. So there's always either squat challenge, here's a 3 minute of me working out to music, here's different styles of training. So I always put something fitnessy based in there, no matter what my topic is.
Thank you.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I want to make sure I wasn't on mute. What advice do you have for sharing on your Instagram story? Because I'm starting to tap into that a little bit. I mean, I use Snapchat, but Instagram stories are kind of a new frontier for me. So what advice do you have around that?
Take what you have on Snapchat and bring it over to Instagram stories. Because otherwise you're going to be doing that. Like, oh my gosh, I just had my workout. Oh my gosh, just had my workout. Like, it's so annoying. I tried to do it. You can actually, and I'm trying to learn. I actually don't know, and I've asked a zillion and two times how you can take your whole story and drag it over. Right now, all I know is that you can do that each individual one is annoying, but it's quick once you get going and doing it. But drag your Snapchat right over to your Instagram. And that way, so you're not doing it double and you're showcasing, and you can use the filters and make yourself pretty and all that fun stuff. But show everything. Show how you're getting coaching in. You know, my kids are screaming in the background, or my hair's a hot mess. I'm working in my pajamas right now. You know, show the perks of what you're able to do as coaching. Even if you're not like a superstar diamond, people don't know that. Talk like you are. People don't know, you know, that whatever, you know, accolades that you're getting, like blow it up. Like, oh my gosh, I just got this sick recognition. My team's doing amazing. And my team is my mom and my husband, but no one knows that. They don't have to know, you know? Yeah. You gotta think ahead that you are awesome. Carolyn's been talking. She's gonna be top 10. She's not thinking about, oh, people don't know I'm not top 10. No, she's gonna talk like she's top 10.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm muted again. We have one in the box. Alex can't get her audio to work, but she said, could you explain the structure of your free group again, or maybe send Carolyn a quick blurb she can share? I was listening to the content you're providing, but missed how you run it with 3 days versus 5-day push. So, I mean, if you want to just send it to me, like how, like the structure of your free group and how you do that, and then I'll just send it to you, Alex, and I'll share it in the page.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's easier since I don't have to say it over again. You're welcome. All right, I think we're good unless anyone has any other questions. I don't want to cut anyone off, but I also don't want to keep you too long. Although I'll see you in like 15 minutes anyway.
Call after call.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for taking time out of your night to talk to us. I know that we've got a lot of golden nuggets out of that. I've got my notes here. I'm going to start doing those Instagram checks, so you all better be on your A game with your IG. And that's something that I'll be implementing. So thank you for sharing that. And I also love that free group idea. That's something to toss around, and I'd love to pick your brain about that some more, maybe after this call or sometime this week. But yeah, thanks for sharing all that information. It's definitely something, whether you're a new coach or you've been here for a year or more, it's definitely something that we all can use some training and some help with and some work on, because the social media is changing like all the time. So it's good to hear how other people are doing it, and you've provided a lot of really awesome things that I had no idea that I wasn't doing. So nobody, clearly if I didn't know, then probably nobody here did. So it's good that we're hearing from different perspectives. So yeah, thanks for being here. I'll see you in about 15 minutes. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.